question today, in a hot market like we have now, when you go under contract, what happens if the appraisal comes in for less than the contract price of the home? So in a market like we have today, it is rapidly accelerating prices. Appraisers look back for comparable homes that have sold in typically the past 6 months in the area. And prices are moving pretty quickly right now. And by looking backwards, sometimes there's a discrepancy. So what are the options for the buyers and the sellers in a contract? Well, let's say we had a contract for $350,000, and then the appraisal came in at $330,000, so we have a difference of $20,000. There are several options. The first is that the buyer can ask the seller to reduce the house to the appraisal price because the mortgage lender is only going to lend on the appraised value. If the seller refuses to lower the price, then the buyer does have the option at that point in time to exit the contract, receive back their earnest money, and go look for another home. So that's when the seller stands firm. Alternatively, you have a situation where the buyer does have the option to pay that difference in cash and offer the full price to the seller. And obviously he would be very happy to do that. And in today's market, that is not terribly uncommon. But let's suppose you're an FHA borrower and you're putting down 3.5%. Typically that's because you don't have the money to put down significantly more. So that person is not going to be able to probably come up with that extra $20,000. Another possible scenario would be to negotiate that difference of $20,000 to a different number and perhaps split the difference. Also, in the event the buyer was an FHA type of buyer, the appraisal would stick to that property for the next 6 months. So if the seller refused to come down and was going to put the house back on the market, they are essentially eliminating all of the FHA borrowers from offering on their home unless they're willing to lower the price to that $330,000. And if they were going to do that, they would do it right now instead of going through that whole process again. So this is the kind of thing that happens in a rapidly moving market like we have. There are other issues that can arise during a contract that affect how the two parties' rights and responsibilities. If you have any questions about the contracts, please feel free to give me a call at the number below. And if we can be of any help, just give me a call. Thanks for your time. Bye.